Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This will be a general reading for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And this will be a reading for the mind, body, and spirit. I decided to do this reading because I understand that a lot of people are going through a reflection process and also going through a little bit of transformation and rebirthing process. And then we also had recently the new moon in Cancer. So with this Cancerian energy that we're going through as a collective right now, because we're going to be going through this Cancer energy for I guess the duration of the year. And when we think about Cancer energy is a more feminine energy. It's a mothering energy, nurturing energy, a loving, emotional energy, because it is a water energy. And going through this process is helping us to be able to kind of go through a birthing process where we're nurturing ourselves. We're also nurturing other people around us, being supportive. A lot of people want to collaborate. A lot of people want to form partnerships, relationships, come into union more. You'll see a lot of increase in collaborations and building foundations, making things kind of solid, because it's like a home security type of energy as well. So this is the reason why I decided to do the mind, body, and spirit, because it will help you look into what's really going on within the mental space, the heart space, and the spiritual space. Okay? So as we look into the mind, the mental space for you guys, I have the universe and I have the sorrow. So with those two cards coming out, to me, I feel like you're going through a little bit of like an ego death. And not to, use the term harshly, when you think about ego, you think about the mental space. You think about a person that wants to have the control over a situation, and they only see it one-sided instead of seeing it on a different perspective. So I feel like water signs, for some of you, you are going through an ego death right now, where things that you may have perceived or looked at didn't turn out the way that you thought it would. And then others of you could be going through a time of reflection, where it's allowing you, with this new beginning, this new transformation that you're going through, is helping you reflect on lessons in the past that you may have kind of put on the back burner and didn't really give yourself time to really sit with it and to learn from the lessons. Because a lot of people will keep jumping into cycles after cycles after cycles and wonder why they keep going into these same cycles. And the reason why they're going into these cycles is because they haven't learned the lesson from the past, relationships or certain circumstances or situations that you went through in the past. You didn't learn from it. So now you're really reflecting on, what is it that, that I did, or why did this happen to me in this certain way, to kind of help you to value who you truly are now. Okay. So going into your heart space, which is the body, the sacral chakra came out and the playfulness card came out. So for some of you, like I said, you're going through this ego death where you perceive things a certain way and the outcome didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. And it's kind of making you feel kind of stuck in a sense of pain, feeling the pain right now, feeling the loss, not really seeing the blessings that it gave you, but you're seeing it as a loss. So for those of you that are going through that ego death process, you're slowly but surely stepping out of that, because it's allowing you to be more to be more mindful. Because I feel like a lot of you need to be more mindful and to have gratitude for the things that are now in your life, or now is coming into your life. And Spirit wants you to have a more playful energy for this type of energy that is entering into your life. So when you think about this, the sacral chakra, you think about relationships, partnerships, love and sex, sexuality, sensuality. You think about pleasure. You think about creativity, passion, things that you're very driven to do. It's like an action type of energy. They consider this like a water energy, but to me, I look at it as a fiery energy, because it has so much passion within the sacral chakra energy. So with the playfulness card being connected to that, for others of you that are going through this process of reflection and learning the lessons, it's making you you're now entering into a mindfulness energy. So you're looking at things right now as loving something you're deeply passionate about. This could also reflect on you opening the heart space too, as well. Even though this is the sacral chakra, everything is connected. When you're in total alignment, those are connected. So I feel like the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, and the heart chakra are connected. And when you're able to connect the two, oh my goodness, like, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a really beautiful feeling. And I feel like with those being activated, you could be going through a Kundalini awakening as well. So it's a lot with that. I don't want to get too deep into that, but a lot of you could be going through this spiritual awakening process where it's allowing you to have a Kundalini awakening from within. And when you're enlightened the way that you are through the sacral chakra, it's making you be more creative and be more passionate about the things that you love for yourself. Not just for others, but for yourself. So going into the spiritual energy, we have the balance and the outsider card. So with the outsider card, some of you may be feeling, as you're going through this spiritual process, that you feel alone, that you feel not, you don't feel connected to the physical world. So it's like trying to balance the two, spiritual and physical. And it's like, spiritually, you're getting the clarity that you need to move forward in a different way because you're more aware of things. But sometimes you can be too open spiritually. And when you're open like that, you have to be careful about other, energies interfering or coming into your spiritual bubble. Because a lot of people don't mean well. A lot of people could be, energy vampires, kind of want to prey onto that energy because you're so open right now, spiritually, because you're now spiritually awakened. And when you go through the spiritual awakening process, your consciousness, you're more conscious about a lot of things and you're more open. So some of you could be very aware of that, and it's making you feel kind of like paranoid in a sense. Like you feel a little paranoid. You feel like cautious about getting out there, being around other people, interacting with others, and maybe forming relationships with other people right now, because you don't know who to trust. You don't know how a certain outcome is going to be, because you're still working on yourself. You're still learning about yourself. And I feel like you need to be aware of that, because you don't want to sit into that energy for too long, because there's nothing wrong with being out there and being around other people. It's just that you have to learn how to train yourself on being open and not being open. So if you go back to how you looked at things from the past, and reflecting and learning about those things, or the ones that are going through the ego death process, and seeing how you may have had a little bit of control on so many things in the past, you have to realize, you have to learn what the outcome was back then, so that you know not to do that for these new energies and these new people that may be entering into your life. So being able to trust the process and to have faith in what you don't know the outcome may be, but just be aware. That's the word. Just be aware of how you may see this relationship. Because if you are truly who you supposed to be, and you're not so focused on wearing a false mask, because a lot of you that went through the ego death process, you were so focused on wearing a certain false mask so that you wouldn't fully open up to past relationships, that it was hard for you to really see the ones that were truly not meant for you. So if you focus on being your true authentic self, you'll be able to see the people that don't belong into your life anymore, or certain situations that no longer serve you. If that makes